So hey guys, I'm about to show you how to map your brows with paper towel, and how to use the mapping ruler. So I'll also show you how to use your mapping ruler. So if you don't have mapping ruler, you can as well use paper towel to map the brows before your microblading. So those are part of the tools you will be needing. You will need razor, or if you're going to thread, but it's not advisable you thread before microblading because of reaction. So you can do your threading after microblading. So you will need like a brown pencil or a marker, because I'm using white pencil. So the white pencil won't show on a white paper towel. It won't show. So it's better I use like a pigment and eyeliner brush to mark my lines. So if I can get that, I can use like a bright brown pencil or anything to mark my line, like a marker. So sit back, relax, watch what I'm about to do. And this is Brow Daddy Yaki, and it's a free training on the mapping. So let's go, and tell me in the comment section below which one you prefer, the marker, the ruler, or the paper towel. As for me, I like the paper towel more, but let's see how it goes. Now what I'll do is I'm going to take this off. Some people don't know you can rip this off, so it's disposable. So just what you do is you take it off. So when you take this off, please make sure you're straight. When you take this off, can you see this line, the one in the middle? It has to face down the bridge line. That's the bridge of the nose. For we makeup artists, we know this is the bridge of the nose. So you make sure it's in the center. When I did this brow, I didn't map at all. So I usually don't map my brows before doing them, but I'm just showing you how to map. So when you do this, all you need to do is you take your pencil, you can put some of the pigment behind your palm. Now what you need to do is take your paper towel, make sure your brows is starting from the outer corner of the nose upward to the inner corner of the eye, upward. As you can see, the brow I did before is outer of this line. It's better you start this way first, and if you need to add to the front, you can add to the front. It's better than this, than starting from the front too forward out here. It won't be adjustable. But when you start this way, if you need to play with the front, like make it look natural in the front with some few strokes, you can do that. So now we are going to map the outer part of the nose to the center of the eye. That will give us the bridge, the hat. So we're going to line this way. So now let's see the center. This is it. My positioning is bad here, so let's use That means we're using the second B. It shows B here, so we're using the second B. That is the hat. Then from the outer part of the nose to the outer part of the eye, that's the outer part here, to this place. We'll mark this one. So why I tell you you will need this is, now we'll take this one too, from the outer corner of the nose upward. You can use the outer part of the eye, that's the inner corner of the eye. It comes up. These two brows are never gonna be the same, no matter how perfect you are. Only Jesus can make it perfect. You can never be right to make it 100% perfect. The best microblading artist in the world can never make it perfect. So you should remember that. So now, when you get your outer corner here, because some brows are round in shape, the eyes area, some eyes area are round in shape, while some are kind of flat. And the crease and the lid, some parts will be wider than the other side, so that makes it not balanced. So now that we got the front here, what we do is we measure with our paper towel. Make sure the paper towel you're using is really thick. There are some that are not thick enough. Now when you get that, what you do is you take from your pigment or your marker, we are measuring where the arc should be. So now you mark where that is. This is what I did. The measurement from the arc here that we got to this one. So what you do to get it so that it won't look too different, what you do is you place it on this one, from where this one starts from, and you place it here. So you got the arc here. So this is it. You drop it here. Okay. That's the height. Then we'll measure this one. Let's see if it's accurate. It is. Then what we do next is we'll come back to this one. We measure the tail. This is the hack we have here. So now we measure the tail. You pick your pigment or your marker. This is it. Now we take it this way. We place it here for us to get the tail. So this is our tail here. So the thing is, if you measure this one first, use this measurement to measure the other side. If you measure the right side first, use the measurement to measure the side. So with that, you can get accuracy. So when you're done with that, you now trace your brows lining. Please make sure your pencil mark part is flat this way, because if it's not flat, if it's round, you're going to get like a fat lining. But when it's sharp this way, you'll be able to draw a sharp line, and it's not going to clean easily. So now what we do is make sure you draw the top line first with a straight line. 1. So what we're doing is you have to draw the top first. Make sure it's firm, so that when you put your numb, it doesn't wipe off easily. That is 1. Why now?
Sorry.
Next thing you do is you bring it down to your hat. Then you take this one. Please tense the skin when you are drawing this. And that is it. So, like if you have excess drawing around it, what you do is you take your cutting board, put down sanitizer. So you can take your cutting board, wet it. When you wet your cutting board, when you wet your cutting board, sometimes I use alcohol or I use hand sanitizer in case I can't go get water. Just use it to remove the excess around it, so that you can have that symmetry. You see? So what you're supposed to do first is to carve the brows before you start. So because this brow doesn't need any carving, so that's why I move on. Return the ruler. Paper towel is fast for me. Show me. Make it flat. So when you're using paper towel, please always make sure the paper towel is not rough. Okay? Don't use any paper towel that is rough like this. Okay? Use a paper towel that is flat and smooth. Fresh one. The one that is flat and smooth. Okay? So when you do, sometimes you can also double it. When you double it, that is nice. You can take like 2 rolls. When you take 2 rolls, you flip it this way. And this roll is very, very firm and thick. When you place it on the skin, it gives you the better result. So that you use this edge. You see where they join together here? Where they join together, use that place for your measurements. Don't use this other side. When you double them, it gives you more accuracy than just one layer. So you can see how smooth it is. So now we go to so when it's smooth like this, what you do is you take your ruler here, outer corner of the nose. From the outer corner of the nose, you draw a straight line here. So make sure it's hitting this corner of the nose. So this is our first line. Make sure it's firm and sharp. Some clients want their hair to come out this way. So you first measure the right one, then you can play with the front with a very natural look. So it will be like their natural hair grows to that level. So now we measure the hack. You just check the middle part of the brow, of the lashes, of the hair. Place it there upward, and this is the hack. This is faster for me. If you check 5-star brows on Instagram, 5 as a numeric number, then star brows, she taught us this technique. So now, outer part of the nose, then outer part of the eye will give you this. Make sure it's sharp. You were not letting this place show before. Focus on what we're doing. So now what we do is same thing I taught you here. You now use this to measure. You measure this way. Pick your marker. Then you mark. That is it. And you count this way. You measure this one. You pick your marker. And that is it. The next thing you do is just line your brows the way I did the first time to get this result. So now let me now show you something. So you can numb your brows. Most people, after lining the brows, most people make mistakes. Like they would wipe off everything after mapping and numbing the brows. When they're taking the numb off, they wipe it off, and they will see their clients they are still feeling pain after numbing. So when you're numbing, you don't rub like body cream. You apply a thick layer. Because when I started this microblading like 5 years ago, there was no numbing cream for it. The numbing creams we use doesn't work really good. So I did an upgrade course when this was provided. So you don't use like body cream, or you don't rub in this way. You apply a thick layer on the skin. You don't only apply only where you want to do the brows. Apply around the surroundings too. Extend it outside. This place is very sensitive. Like they feel pain when you drag from here doing microblading, so make sure it's around there. So what we do next is you do the same thing on the other side. Same time. So what you do is you cover it up with your film wrap. So your film wrap, when you cover, if you're using my Nom, the Bro Daddy Yaki Nom, you have to leave it on for 25 minutes or 20 minutes. Then when you take it off, apply for another extra 20 minutes before you start your microblading. So if you're starting this one first, you can numb it the second time, but don't numb this one the second time. When you start working on this brow, then you can now numb this one. Don't numb the same time as this, because by the time you finish one brow, this one would have worn out. So you numb this one the second time, but this one will be on the first time first. When you start these brows, maybe like about 15 minutes or 20 minutes to finish, then you numb this one. So please, your wrap should always be, show me please. Your wrap should always be this way in your bag. It's not good to be using your bare hands on it. You put it in this bag this way. Then you cover up. So there's a blade here. This blade is what you use to cut the wrap this way. It's sharp. Okay? Once you put here, you take it off. You take whole lot out. If you, it depends on what you need. When you take it out, if you're trying to cut it this way, it's not going to cut easily. It will just be pulling. So, but when you put it in the mouth here of this blade, you just cut it off. So that's how to use it. Watch me. Let's do it here. So when you cover, all you need to do is just cut. And that's how it works. So when you leave this for 25 minutes, you numb again for another 20 minutes before you start. In the meantime, you just be setting up your tools. So now let's say we are done with numbing. You're taking it off. There will be numb on this other side. So don't take this wrap off completely. Open it and drop it on this one, this way. So how do we take this numb off without removing the lines? This is what you do. Cut towel. You can cut it into two. Show me. You take a paper towel, you can cut it into two. So what you do is fold it this way and come this way. Make sure it's doubled so that it won't soak the paper towel and the tissue will be on the skin. Please, your paper towel has to be hard. We don't want the soft ones. The soft ones will drop on the skin. I won't take the numb off. So what you do is when you make sure it's flat on it. Make it flat, make it smooth. Then you open it up like you're doing waxing. You see, I've stained this side, so I turn the other side. You put it, same thing. You take it off. You see it's going off. So what I do is, show me please. I've used these two sides. I'll turn the other side, then flip it over again for it to be thicker. Let's go. To drop it on it. Let it sit very well on it, like you want to wax. Make it smooth. You take it off. Can you see our line is still there? Now we'll go again, so we don't waste this side. You can dab it on it. You take it off. I'm taking this one off now. I just tore it off. Show me. So I've used this one. I'll trash it. Then we'll go again. We'll double it. You make it smooth. You take it off. Do that. If you do this way, your numb will still be on the skin till you're done. You understand? So now you can see our lines are still there. So that's how to keep your line with your numb. So you take the excess off. So when you're taking off your numb, most people will take numb off like this. Let me show you. Let's say we have a numb here. This is my numb, just in case you want to purchase my numb. You can get it at www.glitterinhealthbeauty.com. So let's say we have a numb this way. If you want to take off, don't swipe like this. When you swipe like this, you have completely removed the numb away from the skin. But when you dab it off, you still have this numb inside the skin. So it makes it last long before your client start feeling pains. So that is my tutorial on how to map the brows and using the ruler and using the paper towel, then how to numb the skin. So if you think you like what you watch, please subscribe to my channel. I'm putting more videos here so for you to learn some little tips from Ayurvedic therapy, like skincare, like microblading, lash extensions. I'm going to be sharing my experience with you because I've been here since 2005. So I'll be sharing my experience with you. So let's keep going. Subscribe below so you can learn more. Thank you.